Okay.
I'm Jake Schriner.
I'm Bob Nelson.
How's that for a segue?
I'm Tracey White.
And I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is the Compass Conversation Podcast. Woohoo! We're back.
Yay.
Around the table, here we go. Boom shaka.
Are you going to do a fade out?
Cruising right on through.
Sure. Okay. No, I won't. It'll cut right to the song. Just like...
We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus.
There's the cut.
And we're back.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers. Everybody can turn and smile. We haven't done a thumbnail in a while. Aye. Everybody at the same time. That would be better, yes. Yes, thank you. Okay.
We're out of practice.
It's like, oh well.
You cut?
Yeah, just edit it all together.
Yeah.
Do you know I did that with a thumbnail?
Did you really?
For a Sunday morning. It was the one where Leona was playing the flute and everything.
Oh,
we were in the gym. And for some reason, every time there was a great picture of, like, I was smiling and Leona was doing something, you were like, you look mad.
I play intensely.
It wasn't bad.
So no, you weren't. So then I found one where you look great, but we look stupid. So I took you and I merged you in. I photoshopped you in a happy one. So go back and look at that thumbnail.
Oh.
Fun fact to know and tell.
That's great.
And you can see there's one tiny bit. I wish I had missed it. It's where the stripe on the floor where you can just kind of tell it
really?
doesn't quite line up.
Hilarious.
Anyway, all right. Well, you can hear my voice is kind of weird, and it certainly was the other night when I recorded that, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Oh, let's go around the table, see how everybody's doing. Jake, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you. I'm doing good. Yeah, weekend was fun. We missed you yesterday morning, but I think things went pretty smoothly for the most part.
Yeah, can't wait to talk
As far as I can tell, at least from where I was sitting.
No, it was amazing.
It was I had a good weekend. Last night, Harper decided she wanted to go for a walk with her scooter around the block. I'm like, that's cool. So we have this little small loop around our house, and then there's a bigger loop which comes down to like the stop sign right here, and then back up, which is about a mile. And so we did the small loop twice, and then she wanted to keep going, so we did the big loop. And then at the end of the big loop, she wanted to keep going. So we did like a 4-mile walk last night. And I told her, she kept wanting to go farther and farther away from the house. And I told her, I was like, you're going to get tired. And at some point, you're going to want to be home. Like right now. It's like, we should stay close to the house. She didn't want to, so I said, okay, kiddo, let's do it. And about a half mile from the house, I hear her whisper under her breath.
I'm gonna hold her.
Well, that's... Yeah. At the about a half mile from the house, I hear her whisper under her breath, I wish I was home. And I like crouched down, like, excuse me, can you say that a little louder, please? I want to hear it.
For the record.
Yeah. But no, by the time I got home, I had 3 pine cones and a rock in my pocket, and I was carrying the scooter. So, but no, we had fun. So yeah, I'm doing good.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I love stuff like that. What a great teaching moment.
She wanted me to carry her. I said, like at the
boy.
very least, you're walking.
Now
Like,
you're talking.
Yep.
Some lessons are best learned that way, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say real fast, one of my children, I think I've made reference to this person before, but I used to always say about them that they always had to learn the hard way, but then they didn't learn. So they kept having to learn the same hard way and never got back. All right. Bob, how are you, sir?
I'm okay. I don't have any fun stories like that. It was all work and sleep over the weekend. Mostly work, a little sleep. So, and that kind of fits into what we'll talk about your lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and hold on that.
Okay.
And that, yeah.
You're now on hold.
I'm doing mostly okay, just tired.
I'm glad that you were here.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy,
Hey,
how are you?
doing well. Kathy and I spent a lot of time in the yard this weekend. Half of it's cleaned up. The other half is next weekend. But we got out in the front yard and we started getting some leaves at it because it's all xeriscaped and we had planted all those plants last year. They're coming up.
Yeah,
There's
nice.
a lot of green just poking out of the ground and we were finding it going, oh, they're all alive. And so we can't wait for that stuff to grow up and
Yeah.
blossom and stuff again. It's going to be cool.
The hint of spring.
Yeah. And then the other funny thing, I'm going to tell the funny story about getting in the school.
Okay.
Once Bob got the key card, he went in and he beeped the inside door.
Which never works.
Right.
And it didn't work, and he goes, "Okay, I'll be right back." And he ran out the door and he went around to the side, and we're just kind of sitting there in that little lobby, and I'm like,
Did he just?
Lori left.
She left the office door open. That's right.
I get around the corner, I'm like,
You guys just going in? You should have gone into the cafeteria and just given him the scare of his life.
that was
That was funny. But I mean, we were kind of behind and everything, so it was. We're just
I forgot
not used to
about
having that door.
that one, of course, glitch.
That was so funny.
That was funny. But anyway,
All right.
Johnny, I know a lot of stuff happened, but how are you today?
Oh,
We do want to hear about the rest of it. But
okay. No, I am great. I'll tell you real fast. This was a great trip. We were gone for spring break. We left Monday. We went to Tennessee, Maryville, Tennessee. We were there for just a couple of days to see Leona's dad. And then we flew to Philadelphia, saw my son and daughter-in-law and grandkids, and it was awesome. But yeah, Leona's dad, he's 85?
got a new car.
Got a new car. Thunderbird. Red Thunderbird. They posted the pictures of that.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing about this, okay, is like, I'm like, he's not driving it though, right? But anyhow, so Leona, I don't know, God bless her, man. She's just like, you know what? Dad, I want to see your car. I want to see your car. And, oh yeah, he's so excited about this thing. And she goes, "What? Are we going to give me a ride in it?" I was like, "Have you lost your mind? What are you thinking? I want to see you again, my love." Anyway, so I got a great picture of them in the car. And so my brother-in-law, they live on the side of a sort of a mini mountain. I mean, there's like a long hill that you drive all the way down and then go out of this gated community thing that they're in. And so I thought that they were just going to drive down this long driveway and then turn around and come back up, because it was starting to get dark. And so anyway, so they pull past right here, and I think he's about to drive right off the little cliff. And he goes really slowly, and then they go, "Okay, all right, everything's fine." And I'm watching them go down. He pauses for a minute. I'm like, "Why did they stop? Why is the car stopped?" Turns out he was trying to figure out how to turn on the headlights. It's still really new to him. All right, so I've watched him go all the way down, all the way to the gate. Wait a minute, what's happening? He went through the gate, and he turns right, and I'm way up here. I mean, the car looks this tiny to me now. And I hear, this big thing takes off, and I'm like,
Never seeing Leona again.
I want to
This
be
is
as
how it
cool as
ended.
Leona's dad when I was that old. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
for sure. Anyway, but he took a big loop and then came back. He slowed down after that. I think mostly, honestly, not just because he thought I'm not being safe. I think he thought I don't want to mess up my new car. So yeah, when they finally came back, I was like that. I mean, immediately I get a text from Leona that was like, "Yikes! We're gonna have to pull him out of the ditch." Anyway, so that was great. It was good to be away. It was long, a lot of stuff going on. Yes, our flight was canceled, and we were stuck in Philly. And that brings us to Sunday.
Yeah.
I gotta say this. I'll say this right away. You guys did an awesome job. Jake, fantastic. Tracy,
Yes.
awesome. Bob, you did good. Kind of moving things along. I was talking with Melissa about it as well.
Kyle was awesome. He was on it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
What's his name?
I talked with him about that because they picked us up from the airport.
Yeah.
And we laughed about that. It's like, "Welcome to the family, Kyle. Now you are sermon fodder." No, anyway. But yeah, he was telling me about that. It's like when you guys finally figured out, he said that the two of you, when I got the phone call, by the way, or was it, I don't know if it was a phone call or it was a text, but either way, when I realized, it was a phone call from Melissa, that the computer was at my house. And of course, the reason it was at my house was because of last Sunday.
Yes, that's
It's
right.
normally not at my house.
That's correct.
So I wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It was to fix that video situation from last week. And so when she told me that, I was like, oh, okay. And oh, yeah, the iPad, dude, I forgot about that. I was thinking of things I'd completely forgotten about. And then I looked at the clock, and there's 2 hour difference there, but I also went, oh, you guys haven't even gotten the computer set up, and it was like 9:20 or something.
at that time, yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh. So I started praying even harder.
It worked because at 9:30 we were ready to go.
Are you kidding me? Really?
I haven't looked at it. I'm like, really?
Everything was all set up. We just had to plug the computer in.
That's excellent.
And then, of course, Kyle was all over getting everything, started on Facebook. So.
Yeah, he told me that right when it went to the message or whatever, that you guys went out and got coffee and were high-fiving and stuff because you had landed that plane really well. Through the turbulence. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was awesome. I was a little nervous, but I said this in that message that it's kind of like it's like an illustration from last Sunday played out beautifully, perfectly. You guys all pulled together, made it happen, and I loved it. That much I loved. Now, you guys may have noticed I'm coughing still a little bit. Mm-hmm. I have COVID. I forgot to. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's all right. We've all had it before.
Just passing it around.
Well,
I was coughing
what's
at
another
time. But here's the deal. I recorded that message, and some of the astute among you noticed I sounded probably a little different. My voice sounded a little different. I was looking at it and went, I'm not 86. Wait, what is happening? Why am I? But it's because it was at like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Man.
oh no.
And this was after the fiasco.
Yeah.
By the time we got back to the house.
Like Sunday morning, 1:30 in the morning, you did that? Or
I guess it would have
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Well, it's because Saturday night our flight was canceled.
Well, yeah, that's right.
And we didn't get back to their place until about 9:30ish.
Oh, goodness.
And then I can't remember what all happened in between there, but I had to finish up a couple things, and I had to figure out a couple of kind of technical issues about how to make this work. Also, where am I going to do this? The kid, they're going to bed.
Yeah.
How am I going to do this without everybody being wide awake, hearing me preaching loudly from the kitchen or whatever? So their house that they're in is typical Philly, kind of condo type of deal. So there's the upstairs where the bedrooms are, and then there's downstairs where the living area and kitchen is, and then there's a downstairs basement area that leads out to where their car is. And so I ended up going all the way down because everybody was up here. I figured I got at least a floor or so between me.
Yeah.
But oh man, yeah, that's part of why. It's like when I finished that message recording it, I'm thinking, I guess it was almost 2, something like that.
Oof.
And I thought to myself, that's a pretty good run through. But I'm not doing it again. And so I didn't feel like it was as it would have been had I done it live the next day, but it felt like a rough draft, but hey, I got through it. So anyway, it worked, that's the crazy thing. I was talking through solutions. Like, well, I could tell everybody, we're not going to be at the building today, we're just going to be all online, I'll just do a live stream of some kind. And I thought, no, I won't do that. It's not COVID time, it's not.
Yeah.
I'd really like for everybody to get together. And then I was thinking literally about the week before, and like, well, this needs to happen without me. So, I almost made Bob preach at the last.
I got some ready. It's just too long. I need to whittle it still.
Always be ready. That's what I'm saying. But so whatever you got, start posting it up. I might be sick Sunday. You don't know.
Yeah, Tracy and I were saying we were wondering if you were going to have to pull one out of your back pocket.
Yeah.
I hope Bob's ready.
Right.
So there was a kind of a double problem with that as well. Primarily because so part of the illustration and part of the verse says that we labored day and night for you guys.
Yeah.
And you just
Yes.
demonstrated yours,
Yes.
and I was on the other side of that too,
Yep.
because I had gone to bed about I think I managed to get to bed at about 8 o'clock. After the stressing and everything, and I managed to calm down and got some very choppy sleep as I listened to all the texts that were coming through because I had to work overnight on Saturday. So I was up at 10:30. Actually, up at 10. Started work at 10:30, and then didn't finish till 3 o'clock. So yeah. So there was that issue.
That was
too.
the one that we had talked about last week about, Bob, do you even need to be there? I said.
Yeah. So, and the funny thing is,
right.
I can't figure out if it would have been better or worse. They ended up, things moved to an earlier time than expected. We weren't supposed to start till about 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I honestly think that would have been better if the standard schedule would have worked, because then I would have gotten some actual sleep, and then
man.
But yeah, because I think that would have been better. But yeah, then I got a couple more hours of very choppy sleep, because I'm exhausted. I couldn't warm up. Yeah, exactly.
Because I was not thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because I was like.
Yeah, and there were so many other things going on. It's like, well, let's not drop that one too. So
I had no clue. I don't know. You seemed.
Yeah, and it was operating on a cup and a, just this thing and a half of a coffee. That was it.
Yeah.
So,
You did great, Bob.
Thanks. It was not me. God worked miraculously.
Yeah, no. And the funny thing is, Jake and I were talking about it. He said it's funny how you were moved last week to talk to Johnny about leading worship this week, and prepared for it. And we went through the songs on last Monday night, everything, and that was not on accident.
Yeah, not at all.
Not on accident.
I think I made reference to that fact as well.
Mm-hmm. And
very cool.
So there's that, and then just the fact that everything ended up working just fine, and because there's enough people involved with what we do to make things work.
Yeah,
that's our
great.
talents, right? That we're
And
able
in your
to
face,
contribute.
Satan.
Yeah, right.
That's 1:30 in the morning.
And Frontier.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry, bro. I laughed at myself after watching some of that. But
Yeah, it was great.
oh, good.
The most impressive part was, didn't you get through all of chapter 2?
Thank
the
you.
whole thing?
I believe. Wow, Tracy. A couple of weeks ago, someone said, "I don't think you're going to make it through." I said 20 verses, and indeed, thank you for mentioning it.
You did
20 verses in one sermon, so it might have been a little bit much, but that's but at least it was. I mean, 4 points?
Yeah, it all
basically
together.
Yeah,
really well.
it did. It was really great.
Yeah,
So-
we got through chapter 2.
For no sleep and, wee hours of the morning.
Working remotely.
Everything, it came home. It was.
Well, here's something else funny that I don't know, Jake, I haven't let you say that flipping word, but hang on a second. It's like Jake's beginning to say, and then I start talking again. You had too much coffee. But when we were at the airport and I had to tell Matthew they cancel our flight, you're going to believe this, blah, blah, blah. He said, we get these texts back from Danielle, his wife. She was just laughing, just looked like the little tears thing. Because Sammy, right, the youngest grandkid, when they told him, hey, Grandma, Grandpa, their flight was canceled, they're coming back, he went, this is the greatest day of my life.
That is awesome.
The greatest day of my life. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, you're 4, maybe it is. But I just thought that was funny. Anyway, I'm sorry I interrupted you. It seemed like you were about to say something, Jake. But you did a great job too. It was fun to, 2 things about your leading. One, it was fun to hear my song played by somebody else, which was great. Because that rarely ever happens.
Yeah.
And then the other was you did Strong Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Which we were looking at doing here
Yeah.
in full
Yeah,
band. We still
definitely.
might, but you pulled it into base camp land, which was great. It may be a little low though for me. I don't know, and that key, I don't know, but it was still good. You did a great job.
The verses aren't too bad. The chorus I dropped down the octave, so actually probably.
Oh, so you
really
were
well. Yeah, I didn't want to have to strain through all of it.
I see. Well, everybody seemed to be singing in the room.
Yeah.
So that was good. It seemed like there was a good vibe. It was kind of hard to tell. But yeah, I was pleased with how that all kind of came together. Boom, just like that. Well, it wasn't just like that, but you know what I mean. It took everyone. It took everyone to make that happen.
It did, yeah.
So, Melissa, Kyle, proud of both of them. Joy and Annette stepped up into that. That was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny too when Lily and those guys came in with their phone deals. The first thing that happened is you broke it. So, which usually happens to me.
The glue was not dry. It's not his. He didn't.
That's okay. I do it almost every time. And then you were just standing there with two. I thought you were gonna start hitting them on there.
They started going like that.
That was funny.
Let God do the heavy work.
That's great.
So anyway, well, what else happened that I didn't see? I mean, anything else about Sunday?
Everybody pitched in.
Yeah, tear down.
Oh, I heard your teardown went down really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just really, we lost Larry the body bag.
I have news. We have found Larry the body
Was it in the
bag.
music room?
Dun, dun.
Or in the janitor closet up there?
Well, no, the new night janitor. I haven't told you guys about my friend who's not there anymore. But the new night janitor guy, his name is Lee, and he actually had found it, and he set it aside. And so when Leona was back at school today, she saw him and asked about it, and he said, "Yep, I got it. It's right in here." And so he put it on my desk, and it has now been returned.
Nice.
So that was my fault. Last Sunday, when Bob and I when you and I set up because you were gone, I had put Larry right behind the curtain where that corner is, where the music room door is.
Yeah.
And because for whatever reason, I'm thinking, oh yeah, it'll be there for whatever we tear down. Fold it up, put it in there, and drag it back into the.
It was backstage.
But we didn't tear it down.
That's true.
And I didn't think about it
It's
on
all
the way
right.
out.
I wouldn't worry about it.
I'm just wondering at this point if we should explain Larry the body.
I was about to say,
I think no.
Larry the body bag.
It's where we keep the body.
Trademark comes up right here. Larry the body bag.
Every good church has a dead body somewhere.
That's what we
right?
used to do. Killing my old man.
Jesus is risen. We sang that song.
The old man is dead. Dead to sin.
We have
Live to Christ.
a pipe and drape system, and all the curtain panels are folded up and put in this bag that we lovingly call Larry the body bag. Because
it looks like a body bag when it's full.
it's true.
The funny part was I walked back to where everybody was back in the learning lab and said, I'm going to ask the weirdest question you've ever heard. Has anybody seen Larry the body bag?
Yeah.
It's a new show coming to you this fall.
CompassTV.com.
Compass TV. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think, what else was there about Sunday? I don't know. I just was really pleased about the whole thing. Of course, we haven't even talked about the scripture, but we're out of time anyway.
Are we? We have 18 minutes left on the card. But we don't have 18 minutes left.
We don't have time. We still need to pray together.
Whoops.
So.
Yeah.
I would say that, let's see, what was the summary real fast? First was that they had accusations against Paul and those guys, right? And
they
that
weren't
was
doing
part
it for
of
themselves, right?
Yeah, it was the part of the persecution that those early Christians were facing, and so they responded by, "Hey, you remember who we were?
Yeah.
We were real among you. This is who we are."
Yeah.
And then they were selfless in their service. That was the second one, as you said. They didn't demand that people provide for them, although they did in other places.
Yes.
That's a very natural and good thing. We're taking a collection even tonight for Bob and me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. For tonight's podcast teaching. The number is across the screen.
I want you to reach deep into your heart and take his hand.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyhow, but they just showed, hey, it was really more to be a contrast to the weirdos that would come through, and that really was all they did.
That exact thing.
Yeah, that exact thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And anyway.
God says I need a jet. I need a jet so I can get to you.
Hey, I could have used a jet.
That's true.
No. Anyway, and then they embraced the word, right? And the word was effective in their lives.
Yes.
It changed them. And this sounds strange as a response to criticism, But it's something even for us when you're falsely accused. It is, you go back to the Word, you go back to what you know.
Yeah.
You reaffirm who you are rather than focusing on what they're accusing you of. And you just kind of prove all of that wrong. And for them, it meant that they were able to identify with the suffering of Christ and with Paul and Silas. Those guys had just suffered as well.
Yeah.
They're flogged and all that stuff, as well as the church and all of that. So it's like you're joining the club. And then, yes, it's painful sometimes, but it's worth it. And that took us to the end, which was the idea of the value of people and how much they viewed those people as looking ahead. We have hope in Jesus. And it's one day we're going to stand before him, and you guys are our glory. You are our joy. That's what we're excited about, is you being here with us before the Lord one day. And then Satan came into the picture and some of that, but that's where the in your face line came from.
Yeah.
But, and there's the summary of the message. Ta-da! Chapter 2.
Glad you went over that, because this is where the sleeplessness is coming in. I don't remember a thing. I'm like the little flashbacks. Oh yeah, the in your face Satan. I remember.
Oh well. Well, Jake, is there anything you'd like to say tonight?
I have some fun updates about the garden. If
Yeah.
you'd like to hear. Okay, so just emailed the lady about who we make the checkout to, so we'll do that soon. But I'm thinking our first work day should be Sunday, April 23rd. Got a whole list of things we should do, and we'll be doing some planting that day too.
Oh, good. Okay.
A lot of onions, I understand.
Okay, so Saturday night, Harper and I went down to Tractor Supply at Castle Rock, hoping to just see some chicks, because we want to have chickens in our house this year.
Oh, chickens. Chicks.
Yeah, chicks, like baby chickens.
Okay.
Baby chicks.
I wasn't going to judge right away.
No. We'll bring my food. Anyway, so they didn't have any, but we bought a couple things for the chickens. But also, we're selling onion sets, so little bulbs that we're going to be planting. And after doing the math, we're going to be planting 320 onions. And so I bought 480 sets, because we usually like 60 to 80% of the sets are really good, and then the bottom portion's kind of yucky. So whatever, we'll just pick out the best ones for the community garden, and then the ones that are left over we can either put on that table there so other people can take them, or like I might plant a few at home. I don't know, but also I got dates for that planting day in May. Got a whole put together a list of things that'd be ideal for us to do. If any of you guys know, and any of you out there, if you guys know where to rent or acquire a tiller that we can use,
Tiller is the thing.
Yeah.
It can be battery operated, correct?
Whatever, just something to turn the dirt, because
We have
I
an
don't want to
electric
do
one,
that.
but there's no
thing.
electricity out there, right?
There may be somebody.
There's no power out there, so we do
Interesting.
either needs to be gas or electric.
Right.
Either is
Those
fine.
are
You can
cool.
bring our own. And then the last final thing. So the one thing we currently already have planted is garlic. I also have some of the same garlic planted in my home garden, in my backyard, and I went out there this afternoon and looked, and my garlic is starting to pop up.
Ah.
What?
So that means, and I like, we have the best bulbs at the community plot. So
Oh, excellent.
it would be logical
Awesome.
to think that we have garlic popping up in the ground in the
Nice.
plot right now. So
Very
that's
nice.
super cool.
And remember, there's going to be more snow.
There is, but garlic can handle it. So that's
Into
gonna
May,
that's
if I
gonna be
recall.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, our planting day will be probably this Sunday after Mother's Day. Anything that goes in the ground before that can handle a little snow. So it'll be
Okay.
okay.
This is great. Send me an email about all this.
Yeah. So, but I
don't want
community
to-
garden's looking on the up and up. So
I don't either.
That's good.
That was a fantastic update, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. It's a great way to wrap things up, I think, tonight. Always stuff going on, and there's all kinds of stuff happening. It's going to be happening. We're in an interesting time in our church. I think God is doing some things in our church in a variety of ways. Let me just put it that way. All right. Well, anything else before our final words this evening, friends?
Looking forward to practicing before Big Sunday next week.
Yes.
That's right. It is Big
that's right.
Sunday. And our parent-child dedication is happening as well.
That's right.
Okay. Well, you know what? We meet somewhere in the world every week, but we're always online, and you can find us on Facebook by searching for @Compass Church Colorado, or just Compass Church Colorado. That'll get you there. You can discover more at compassdenver.com. We'd love to have you as our guest this Sunday. All right, guys, final words.
Love you guys. Love everyone out there.
I did have another thought based
Too
on.
late. Nope. Final words. No, I'm just going. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm kidding.
Or the around the world, we had somebody from Texas, Missouri, and Michigan watching.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. And Philly.
Yeah.
Because that's where I was.
There you go, true. Yes. So around the world, likewise.
I'm going to change it up because we did forget one thing.
Oh.
John
Thank you,
3:16.
Jake.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
did a couple
you.
of these.
Yeah.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
Amen to that.
Awesome.
That's a good final word.
That's a great final word.
It's been great.
This has
Oh, wait. Everything's confused. Oh, my goodness.
Threw it all off.
Go ahead and say it anyway.
This has been great.
There you go. Woo. I fell.
Okay.
Grace to you and peace. That's all we have for tonight, and we are out.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
See you next time.
Bye-bye now. Get out of the aisle. Get out of the aisle.
goodness.
Please deep.
I hope we were recording.
What part
Okay.
of the Bible did you not understand?